Alright, I'm in the shop today. I'm working on my Kubota Z421 zero turn mower. So these have got a detent in the handles. There's a little ball, or there's two balls and springs down there that go into a detent. So you got it detented in neutral, and then like these, the detent is jacked up, it wears, and then the ball gets caught, so it's a little bit harder than what it should be. So now it's detented forward, and then you gotta slam it back. So what I'm gonna do today, like the one on that side was a lot worse. You'd have to really hammer on that thing to get it out of the detent. So I just took it apart, and the detent plate that the ball goes into, I just flipped it around. So if you're having this problem, I'd kind of show you how to fix it without taking it to the dealer and spending a bunch of money on doing it. Sort of time consuming, but I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing on the first side, so it took me a little longer than I think this side will, but I wanted to make a video in case you're like me having trouble with it and you don't have time or want to spend the money at the dealership. So take this plate off here. I already took that bolt out. I took nuts off the carriage bolts for the stick. These two bolts are held on by that little detent plate there. That's it will stop your stick from going too far forward or whatever. But so when you take those two out, that plate will fall down, and then there's just one bolt that holds this piece onto the other little deal down there that runs back and forth to your wheel motor. The nut's 14 millimeter, the bolt's 15 millimeter head. So I'm gonna get this plate off and get this off, and then I'll show you what the inside looks like. Okay, I got it apart. So when you're taking it apart, you gotta be careful because these balls, they'll go flying on you. That's what happened to me on that side, and I chased them across the shop floor to find them. But this time I knew what I was doing. I took it a little slower and kept an eye on them. But then this is the plate that detents. You can see, I mean, it's all dirty, so that's not helping either. But it's kind of worn. It's got a groove in it there, and the little balls, they just get caught up. So all I'm doing is flipping it around, spraying a little bit of lube in there, just like silicone, something thin that's not gonna pick up a whole bunch more dirt. But so show you how that goes in here. So it's kind of that this deal is like cut out for this to go in there. So putting it back together is kind of a bear, but it's doable. So what I would do, I put my plate in there, leave my balls out of that thing, put the springs in, put the bolt in, and then I get the nut started just like one turn. And then I take a pair of needle nose and set my balls in there, and then you can kind of wedge them to where they're not going to fall out, and you can tighten your bolt up. So it's hard to show doing it. I guess I'll maybe get it partway put together, and then I'll show you my progress. I forgot to stop halfway, but so I got it all the way together here. I set my ball bearings in there with a pair of needle nose, and it's working a lot easier now. So all I did was flip that plate around, throw a little lube on it, and now ready to go back together. So this is that little bracket I was talking about that limits your forward stick. It's threaded for those two bolts to go in, and it'll go up underneath this bracket. So now I just got to reassemble everything. I got to finish tightening that bolt up, hit it with my little Milwaukee power ratchet, and I don't trust it, so I'm going to go a little bit tighter. But yeah, that's how you do it. This is Kubota Z421, and when your speed sticks are getting stuck, that's how you fix it. Thanks for stopping by.